Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is episode 185 of the Battleship Brawls Season 3 tournament. This episode we've got the Terra Destroyer by Charadon going up against the Coastbuster by Thompson. An important bit of information here is the Coastbuster will retire into the Hall of Champions should it win this battle. The Terra Destroyer will continue on no matter what happens, so let's go ahead and get this underway. See how it goes. The Terra Destroyer is a very heavy, high explosive focused ship, which is not good for the Coastbuster's cardboard armor, but the Coastbuster has a lot more firepower, I feel. Oh, and immediately that big cannon, the main attraction of the Terra Destroyer, taking a few hits, and that's pretty much all of its firepower right there. That's 2/3 of its firepower or so, maybe half. Yeah, ow. Ow. that's the Terra Destroyer right now. Ow. 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 I mean, look at the big holes that managed to punch into the Coastbuster. It has managed to do some significant damage, or at least, you know, visibly significant. It looks significant, even though the ship's still at 93% health. Man, if that main gun hadn't gotten hit right away, could have been a different battle. But all that's left is this one little. Oh, never mind. The Terra Destroyer has been reduced to a burning wreck by the shower of high explosives from the Coastbuster. And there we go, that is 2 damage. The Terra Destroyer is defeated. It is going to despawn. Once that starts, it's all over. That is it. Coastbuster is victorious and will be inducted into the Hall of Champions. So we'll go ahead and do a quick cut here and take a look at it for, you know, its speed, armament, all that stuff. As well as the Hall of Beauty voting. Okay, so here we are, everyone. This is the Coastbuster by Thompson. An absolutely massive vessel with a huge number of guns, but literally, like, the armor couldn't be much weaker. It couldn't be any weaker and still have flat sides on the outside. So the only way to make it weaker would be to use triangle corners instead of the, what are those, inverted triangle corners, I think? No, square corners, okay. And those don't have a full flat side like this. So, yeah. So, yeah, this is, that's the armor of the Pedro. That's basically it. It's got a solid keel of stone, metal, and actually some heavy armor reinforcements under here, under the bottom, and propellers. Ah, and this is where the ammunition is too. Sneaky. Didn't notice this through the entire, the entirety of the Coastbuster's career. Wow, that's a lot of propellers going all the way down the middle of this thing. And there's the engine too. Well, I mean, water cooled, right? So yeah, there's not really a whole lot to say about the Pedro's armor. It is made pretty much as cheap as it possibly could be, so that it can be big and house 52 guns. Yeah, you see that? That is 52 guns. See, this is taking the concept of the things like the artillery yard and the rage cage, which is massive numbers of guns, and making it into an actual ship rather than just a platform, which is cool. I like that. they are minimum gauge guns firing every 10 seconds. With, well, roughly 10 seconds. They've got some variance in their firing times there. With, not a whole lot of damage. Whoa, why are we listing? What the heck? What is going on? Let's fix that. I don't know what that was, but anyway. It is a fairly quick ship. Its speed jitters a lot. I'm not exactly sure what's causing that. Normally speed is pretty stable on these vessels, but it jitters a lot. But you can see it never even hits 20, so it doesn't get even close to exceeding the speed limit. It seems to do 17.5 meters per second at its fastest, which is, you know, not bad at all. Not the fastest, but it's not slow. And then the turning radius, if I can figure, oh, there we go. Had to find the key, which keys, these got set up with a complex controller. I wasn't sure what keys he had set up for this. It doesn't. It is a rather sluggish turn rate. I mean, it's a huge ship. This is to be expected. I mean, well, that's not terrible, but it's compared to other for its size, it's got a good turn rate. I'll give it that. It has a good turn rate for its size, but compared to other vessels in this tournament, it feels a little bit on the sluggish side for turning. It does make the turn pretty quick. Quick enough that it's not really in danger of getting itself disqualified, which is probably, you know, what was being gone for here. The thing doesn't necessarily need to be able to turn on a dime, it just needs to be able to turn fast enough to keep itself from going out of range and getting disqualified. So yeah, it's pretty solid in the maneuverability part. Not great, not bad. Armor is cardboard, probably one of the least armored ships in the tournament. Though I would have to say the Rage Cage technically has less armor, but yeah, just wooden all the way through, single layer even. It's not even double layer down here. The only places that it actually has multiple layers of armor are the decks. Well, this isn't really a deck, but I mean, you can't really walk on it, but I guess technically it is. It's a floor of a room in a boat. That's a deck, sort of. Oh, what are these? These are like little. I'm not sure why these wood triangle corners exist here. Maybe is it exact? No, it's not even exact. I don't know why those are there. I mean, I guess they technically add more armor, but I mean, really? So it looks like all of these turrets, they seem identical. Let me see. Yeah, each turret is identical. Got these faux turrets on it, which are pretty cool. Little anti-aircraft guns, basically. Which, you know, not super useful in the Battleship Brawl, because there's no aircraft to shoot. I mean, not that, even if there was, these aren't actual guns, so they wouldn't work, but you know what I mean. So, we'll go ahead here and save sub-object. Got the Coastbusters turret set up here. Come over here, pull it onto the weapon test platform. I really should save a version of this ship that doesn't have a gun on it, just so I don't have to do that every time. So, 10,000 materials for a quad-barreled turret. That's pretty cheap. They're also minimum gauge, and I don't think they have much in the way of... yeah, they don't do a whole lot of damage. Like the best, it looks like there's 4,000 explosive radius, or 4,000 explosive damage.
Receiving.
It's kind of hard to see the Tetrising. Let's expand this out. That is, it is really compact, definitely. And it looks like it's got the, it looks like it's mostly dual connection. If that, this one only has this ammo box right here only has a single connection on it. This one has a single connection as well. This one has 2. The explosives here have 4. The fact that there's 4 guns in that small of a space is pretty impressive. Gotta admit, that's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and clear out the barrels. Now, 10-second reload time for minimum gauge guns is pretty bad, but yeah, this only has 1,400 explosive damage. I mean, I think those other ones have more, but fire a volley, clear the barrels out, and then I'm just going to push it. I'm gonna try and get one of the other guns. Yeah, this one has 2,300. So that's kinetic. No, this is the same shell, 1,405. So what I think I'm gonna have to do here is I'm gonna set this one to 1 so it'll fire on its own, so we can get a look at its numbers. Yeah, 3,956. Like, these are fairly weak shells overall. Make you 2, you 3, and you 4. Okay. I don't know why I fired all 4 of them at once, just because, for effect, I guess. Look at 2 here, 2,600. Uh, 31. And then I think 4 is going to be the one that was like, it was like 15 or something. Oh wait, that was overcrammed. Yeah, 1,400. So roughly about 10 or 11, maybe 12,000 damage between all 4 guns, which for a 10,000 material turret is not bad at all. But it's done in 4 different blasts, and with them having different firing times, they actually hit at different times. So like one shell will hit, destroy blocks, and then the second shell hits and destroys blocks that were behind that one. And you're actually getting quite a bit more, because he's basically cramming at 4 times the speed, because he's got 4 different guns. But as you can see, they did almost nothing to my little armor thing here. Yeah, they are individually very weak. But when you've got 52 of them, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 guns it looks like. Well, you know what? I'm gonna cheat. 52 divided by 4, 13. Yeah. You've got 13 turrets firing 10,000 damage every 10 seconds. That gets painful. That gets very painful. And you know what? Just because I want to kind of see, I'm gonna do something here just for the fun of it. I'm going to put a Coastbuster versus a Coastbuster and see what happens. I'm not going to do like a full battle of it, but I just want to see... I want to see how it stands up to its own firepower. Because I think it'll be cool. That's good enough. Crap, I forgot the... Dang it. Forgot to change the team. Come on. There we go. Let's try this again. Come on. There we go. Alright, now we come over here. Remember to change the team. Remember to change the team. There we go. Alright. Oop. I just built a block. Whatever. Okay, let's see how this goes. Unpause it. They bring their weapons about. This is just going to be glorious amounts of destruction. Oh, man. There's so much destruction, the game can't render it all at once. Oh man, I mean, just look at that. That's 2 volleys. How much of that ship is gone? Oops, wrong. They're down in the 80s of percents already. Just even though those shells are individually weak, because the armor is cardboard, it still blasts massive holes for each hit. my computer can barely handle this. Okay. Alright, that's enough. That was cool, but I just wanted to see. Alright. Nope, nope, not restart. Just destroy all. There we go. Okay. Load the Coastbuster back in one last time. So we can take a look at her for Hall of Beauty voting. If you think this vessel deserves to be in the Hall of Beauty, go ahead and upvote the comment down below saying to induct it into the Hall of Beauty. If you do not agree with that, if you think it does not deserve it, upvote the comment that says do not induct. Yep, same routine as always. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.